All right, 7th graders, this is to help you with question 8 on CR16. It says, in a newly constructed neighborhood, there are a number of houses to paint. There are 3 teams of painters. Each team will paint 6 houses. Write an equation to represent the situation and use a variable for the unknown quantity. Okay? So for part A, we are looking for newly constructed neighborhood. There are a number of houses to paint. There are 3 teams of painters, and each team will paint 6 houses. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is use a variable for the unknown quantity. So I'm going to let H equal the number of houses. Then I'm going to write an equation to represent the situation. A couple equations come to mind. If H is your number of houses and you know you have 3 teams and each team will paint 6 houses, to get your total number of houses, you just take your number of teams times how many houses each of those teams will paint. So H must be 3 times 6, 18 houses. You could also look at it another way. Again, it would still be H is your number of houses. You could take, when I take my total number of houses and I divide it up into 3 teams with 3 painters on each team, take my total houses, divide it up into 3 painters per team, each team paints 6 houses. So if you take your total number of houses, divide it by number of teams, you'll get the number of houses. How do we undo this division? We would undo this division with multiplication. So I'd multiply the left-hand side by 3, which means I'd multiply the right-hand side of the equal sign by 3. Those 3's would divide out, be a fancy form of 1. 1H is just H. 6 times 3, we still get 18 houses. Let me just write the equation would be H over 3 equals 6. And then in this second step is where you'd multiply each side by 3. In this one, I set it right up as number of houses equals 3 teams, each painting 6 houses. I'm not sure which equation your teachers are more interested in, but they're both completely valid equations. Solve the equation to tell how many houses are all together. Okay, well, I went ahead and did that, so I handled part B also. So all together, whichever equation you start with, either H equals 3 times 6, or H, number of houses divided up into 3 teams, each team painting 6 houses, H over 3 equals 6. When you solve either of those equations, part B, you come up with 18 houses. I hope that helps.